Hi, little scientists. I had two of the kids in our class ask questions about the butterflies and the caterpillars, so I was going to answer them here and show you the next step. So Eric had asked, will you change the container when they turn into butterflies? So you see, if you looked at the pictures, I did. So part of that was transporting them, and that was very, very hard because I had to not move the lid. So I took the lid off of the cup, turned it sideways, and had to carry it very carefully to the net so I didn't break any of them off from hanging on. So let's see, I'm gonna have the net here, and I'm trying to be so gentle with it. But you can see that there's a little stand in there, and that's holding that cup lid upwards so that they don't fall. And I'm trying not to shake them. I don't want them to be disturbed. So they're in there, and that's the net. So they're in that new container. And then Luke had a question too. Trying to hold it up so you can see it. So Luke asked what happens after they form the cocoon. So they're still in the chrysalis or cocoon, same thing. And I could tell that their wings were being formed while they were inside. They were changing. I could slightly see it in one of those pictures that I took. And so what's going to happen next, I think, is they're going to crack open a little bit, and then they'll come out and they'll be a butterfly. But their wings will be kind of wet and wrinkled from being squished up into those cocoons. So they're going to take a couple days for their wings to get strong and dried out and stretch their wings so that they're ready to fly. So we're patiently waiting and hoping that they all make it. They've been sitting for a couple days now and they haven't had food because just like bears hibernate in the winter, and we talked about that, how they eat and their food lasts in their bellies, the same thing happens with the butterflies. They don't need food right now, but when they wake up, they're gonna be hungry, okay? So I'm gonna put this down, and I'm gonna tell you a couple more facts that I learned about the butterflies. So the ones that are in our net are called painted lady butterflies. And the painted lady butterfly is special because it can survive on almost any climate and continent in the world. So that's why they're allowing you to buy them, because you can let them go and they'll be okay. But some butterflies have to live like in the rainforest or different environments, but these ones can survive here in Michigan. They also fly very fast and very far, and they can travel up to 100 miles in one day, the painted lady butterfly. That's amazing with their little tiny wings. And they can also reach a speed of 30 miles per hour, which is about how fast you would drive through your neighborhood streets. Some butterflies stitch their leaves together to make a home on the trees, but painted lady butterflies make their tents or homes using that silk that you saw of strings in the cup. So they kind of wrap themselves in silk, almost like a spider would. So that's what I've learned so far about the butterflies. I also learned that those little droplets on their cage was poop. We were wondering about that, Riley and I. I'm like, what are those circles that are there? And the food on the bottom of their little cup, originally for the caterpillars, was a mix of like sugar and plant ingredients. And when they come out of their chrysalis, we're gonna feed them some sugar water and even put in some oranges and watermelon in there for them. So if you have more questions about the butterflies and the life cycle of the butterfly, post them on the Facebook on this video or in the comment box, and I'm gonna answer them. I'm gonna check in again. And when they open up, we're just patiently waiting now. You guys will be there with us when we let them go. All right, keep learning.